Well, friends, hello. Great to be with you. Pete Stedman with Tim Scaller. Hello, Tim.
Hey.
Bringing you our weekly video today. A couple of things to bring before you. Tim, we are in our season of pledging. We've broken the back. We're more than halfway through, and so we're getting down to the brass tacks, the business end. I'm still to pledge. I think you are too. I just thought it'd be helpful for us to hear today a bit about how you and Lauren go about pledging. How do you guys actually think about how much you give to ministry compared to running a budget at home? You've got a new family to think through. How do you wrestle with that?
Yeah, well, it's interesting off the back of your announcement on Sunday, because Lauren and I were having a conversation last week and we're saying, look, we need to find a time to sit down and talk through our pledging. And Lauren said, Tim, why don't you just do it? Because I'm the one who sort of normally manages our finances, and she was like, why don't you just do it? And we said, no, like we need to sit down and pray about together and think about together. And so the way that generally works for us is that we sit down and then we try and put out like a really big hairy number that sort of scares both of us. And then we go, can we do that? Actually, we would love to do that. And then we try and work out if it can. And and we want it to be slightly uncomfortable for us.
Okay.
Right. We want our giving to be, we don't want it to be unwise. We don't want it to be foolish, but we do recognize that we have plenty. And if our income's dropped by 25% overnight, we'd probably still survive. And so it's a matter of going, okay, well, what does generous financial partnership in ministry with church look like? And then it's a joy to be able to contribute that number, knowing that you've given it thoughtfully.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you for taking the time to do that. Bree and I do something very similar. We've found a really helpful thing for us to do, so we're on the same page with that. So that's pledging. So can I encourage you to please be thinking about pledging if you haven't yet. Many of us haven't, no problem at all.
Yeah, now's the time.
Now's the time. Yeah, we want to start seeing those pledges come in so we can actually start to, in fact, I'm interviewing staff tonight, so please be praying about that. But just be thinking about those positions that we can offer wisely to people. So that'd be great.
That's good. Pete, you're preaching this Sunday, asking for a friend next week.
Asking for a friend on Sunday, I am. Yeah, and the topic is, why are Christians so judgmental?
Why are you so judgmental, Pete?
Probably because I'm deeply insecure. Probably because, look, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give all the reasons. No spoilers. But look, it's a really important topic because actually I think we have this funny relationship with judgment and making calls. I think we hate the sense of judgment from one perspective, particularly when people make judgments about us. And yet it doesn't take too much thought to actually think about those times in life where we really long for judgment and for a right declaration to be made about something. So it's a complex thing, but it's going to be great to think through together.
So think about judgment and then judgmentalism and how those different.
And justice. Where does justice fit in? Because it's obviously part of all of that.
We're starting to overpromise what Pete's going to cover in his sermons.
It'll be nowhere near as good as you think. But we'd love to see you there. We hope it's a great challenge. And Q&A's been amazing all the way through.
And it's been a great series so far.
It has.
Really, really thankful
halfway in or so.
How everyone's engaged with it.
Tim, a bunch of new people to Norwest. We think there's been about 65, 70 people who've joined us since the middle of the year, which is just amazing for a bunch of reasons. We're about to head into Christmas, and so I'd love for you to share a little bit for all of us, but also for our new people, what Christmas and summer is going to look like at Norwest moving forward.
Yeah, so every church has sort of a way that they do Christmas and summer events, and for some churches that's very little, for some churches that's a lot, and you might be wondering, what does it look like at Norwest? And so we have, running into Christmas, 2 events in the 2 weeks prior, which are really significant. So we have carols, which will be on the 10th of December, and then we have our Thanksgiving service on the 17th. Carols, big nighttime on the green down the front.
Just under 1,000 people come. It's massive.
It's a fantastic event, right? One of those ones that just sort of lives long in the memory every year. And then our Thanksgiving service, we combine our 8:30, 10:30 and Mandarin services for the morning, and our 4:30 Chapel Lane and our youth congregation for at 5 p.m. in the evening. And we have, in those 2 combined services, we give thanks for the ministry that we've seen God do in our midst throughout the year. And it's a great time to sort of stop and think and go, wow, right? There's so much that we have to be thankful for as a church.
Good,
Absolutely.
And there's going to be a meal linked with both those services as well?
That's right, yep. Picnic lunch on Crestwood Reserve, BYO, after the morning. And the Chapel Lane dinner team have said, we reckon we can feed everyone for dinner on the deck after the evening Thanksgiving. So it's going to be fantastic.
And details for all that come later, right?
That's right.
What's January look like?
Yeah, so they move into our Christmas services, which happen Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And then through January, we have a summer preaching series, but also significantly, we have Summer on the Green. So that's in the last week of January. And we have open air cinema, and we have a Big Bash on the green as well, on the big screen. And those events are designed, so we hope that sort of Carols is invite everyone to. We have people coming from our community. We have no idea quite how they worked out that Carols was on, but they come and it's fantastic. Our hope is that those Summer on the Green events are smaller events where people can have conversations with one another and start to build contacts and relationship, so that when we have things like Hope Explored and Christianity Explored running in term 1, we have friends made who don't know Jesus, who we can encourage to come along, we can invite them to come with us, and we've got an opportunity to start 2023 on a really, really positive foot when it comes to our evangelistic witness in the community.
We love our Christmases here at Norwest, and we love summer, we love celebrating Jesus' birth and actually reaching out to the community around us. It's going to be great in 2023. COVID's in the rear vision mirror. Hopefully the sun is up. Please be praying about it. This has been a longer weekly video by accident. We've just realised, looking at the time on the screen right now. Thank you for those of you who have stayed with us. Can't wait to see you all on Sunday. God bless you all.